NIKKE has a drama out of nowhere? Okay, let me see. NIKKE. DPS of victory, what does that mean? I refuse to believe that there's another gacha game with worse DPS check than NIKKE. The late main campaign is so effing hard, and they already lower the difficulty from the previous bullshit one. Meta is everything, and without it, good F luck. You can't even cheese your way. Somehow, some way, like other games. Lower rarity units are utter trash in late game. And too many SSR have this niche kit, they are useless outside of their niche. No amount of strategy could help you when everything would be boiled down to DPS check in the end. Also, the 160 wall, F that. Man, I just want to read and enjoy the story on my own. The plot is legit good and the characters are interesting. 96 comments. Bro is so bored, he made a post for NIKKE players to come and defend the game. Get Dorot. Okay. Idle games are notorious for having hard walls that take months to get by. Is no different. What do you guys think about this? What is this drama all about? They reduced the CP requirements for anniversary by like 10k. I managed to just squeeze out maybe another 10 fights in chapter 21. Good stuff. I'm guessing he's stuck at Mother Whale. Usually it's Mother Whale or... what's the other one? Lots of players are stuck at either Mother Whale or... Nihilista, right? It's either those two. Maybe Chatterbox. Current final battle is brutal. Without Litter can't beat such a big CP deficiency. Okay. No Dorothy, Rapunzel or Tia. Day 1 everyday player here. Okay. Sadly, with all its potential, NIKKE is idle game. I don't mind the DPS check, but as someone who started during the anniversary, this game is nowhere near as generous as the players claim. It really depends though. Okay, let's see what does he has to say. Considering new players need 4 copies of a unit to even max level them and the 160 wall, it's absurd how slow the currency gain is for a new player. I mean, just be patient, right? I mean, if you have played BD Brown Dust 2, prepare to be majorly disappointed with this game's income. Hell, when you consider how gated the free-to-play experience is, you can make an argument for Genshin or Honkai Star Rail being way more free-to-play friendly than NIKKE. Genshin, Honkai Star Rail. I know I'll be raided by all the level 150 to 200 plus NIKKE players defending their favorite game. But you know I'm right. I'm enjoying the game still and don't plan on quitting, but I'm highly dissatisfied in what its community is willing to accept as generous. Sure, the 160 wall is a thing, right? But I'm not sure. Is NIKKE generous? The anniversary, they were being extra generous, I'm going to say. But outside of the anniversary, they are okay, right? From time to time. You don't have weapons to pull for though. Yup, that's true. It's not hard to get over 160, it just takes time. It takes time and also it takes a little bit of planning. If you don't plan with it in consideration, you just pull for whatever that you want, it does slow it down. And most players are probably, you know, they do make some mistakes here and there, you know, so it's definitely going to slow you down a little bit. You don't think NIKKE is generous at all? They do the bare minimum, except for anniversary. I don't know, like, what? Are they generous or not? It is 4% though, right? It is 4% rates, you know? A lot of gacha games, like Hoyoverse gacha games are like 0.6, 0.7%. So there's that. You're going to one-tap a lot of characters in NIKKE than in Genshin or in Honkai Star Rail. Free opportunities to pulls on monthly basis. Be patient, it's not like the game is asking you to rush content on it. I think a lot of people are not patient, that's the thing. NIKKE haters are waking up. 4%, guys. 4%. What else do I need to say? 4%. Gacha game is fun when you get the characters. They are free to play. I don't know, like, is NIKKE's experience worse than Genshin and Honkai Star Rail as a free to play? I would say about the same. One thing that can make Honkai Star Rail and Genshin feels more generous than it is because 4-star characters are useful. But in NIKKE, SR characters aren't as useful. So I can see that being something that can trick your mind into assuming so, right? Rarity is also a thing, so there's that as well. Impatient skill issue players. People simply want to get the most in a short time. Yeah, I get that there's a lot of people that don't like to get stuck at the wall, but they already reduced the 160 wall requirements. I don't know. Like, they could reduce it more, but at what point is it acceptable, you know? Basically AFK arena, but sexy. Wow, sexy. Actually, day 1 player was struggling at breaking the 160 wall too. Like me, for example, was stuck at level 160 for almost 2 months. And I missed some limited character like Winter Anne, Makima, and Power due to focusing on breaking the wall. But after breaking the wall and collecting more NIKKE for PvP raid etc, I can save more pools resources. Now I've over 700 golden mileage tickets, should be over 1000, but I spent 400 on Red Hood. I think this game is very generous. Maybe not really if you are new, but later on, you can save for more pool resources. Yeah, early on, your requirements to get the limit break to get past the wall is quite a lot. Afterwards, it does get better, for sure. NIKKE has huge gap between old and new players. I mean, every game has that, right? Can't you say that for every other games? I feel like it's pretty much the same. What this game requires is being patient and luck on early pulls. Being a day 1 player that is off and I treated the game as casual and side game. I have limit break Scarlet just from free pulls and every other unit I desired. The biggest hit on my gems was Modernia, where I had to hit PT to exchange her, rest when had hit 160 wall friends point. And regular tickets, not to mention free limit break 3 schoolgirl or Ray, is it? Helped me in overcoming the wall, although it took months, but I wasn't bothered much because it's a side game. So if you're playing this as your main game, you're bound to be disappointed. -3! -3. Don't get me started on special interception bosses. The train can F right off. Pretty much all of them require sweaty manual combat, even with meta, fully maxed out units. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. I just want to chill and play with my waifus. Then play with the waifus then. You then play with the waifus. Why he gotta worry about the train? It's just 1 day. Just 1 day per week. I mean more than 1 day per week, I guess, depending on how often they rotate. Was stuck at 160 wall for 2 months. Just waited it out by clearing dailies. And yeah, there are units that push hard such as Scarlet, but I think non-meta units can pull it off with the right synergy units. Finding it is a pain. You have to constantly change comms depending on the enemy or boss. But I'm having fun experimenting. Okay, as excited as I am with the new story chapters, I agree that progressing yourself is the best experience. Spoilers are hard to dodge. Okay. Yeah, I mean, most people usually complain about NIKKE is usually the wall. He did complain about the wall as well, right? I was curious what it was, and then he mentioned all of these like lower rarity, blah 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 blah. But at the end, it comes down to the wall. If you're stuck here, you can't progress in your power as much. Your CP is going to be shortened. You're gonna have the CP shortage compared to the enemy, and then the difference will be too high. That's how it is.